I'm sorry, my mouth gets so juicy when I film these darn videos, okay? And it doesn't help that I was drinking a juicy juice. It's just even juicier, okay? Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Does my camera look clearer to you? It should, because I got my webcam finally. Forgive me if I'm a little off center. Until I can position this webcam properly, it's going to be a little off. And as you can see, my wall has been fixed. Okay, I went to Home Depot and I bought white spray paint. The problem with that, I'm gonna let you guys know so you don't do it, is that I went and I purchased the glossy, and so you can you can kind of see where the white was sprayed over because it's glossy. Make sure if you get white spray paint to fix up your white walls that it's in matte. I didn't do that. But anyway, guys, welcome. Let's go ahead and get on into this recap of Teen Mom 2. So the first scene, we start off with a Kailyn scene, but we're here with Javi and Lincoln. I love Lincoln. I don't love Javi. So let's move on. So Kailyn says that the kids are with their dads, and while they're with their dads, she's going to be in Los Angeles, California, filming podcasts. And guess who's going to be a guest star? Amber. I didn't even tell y'all. So Amber's going to be on her podcast, and I cannot stand Amber. This is going to be very painful and annoying for me to watch Amber. So Amber comes in, and Kailyn and what is the other lady's name? Lindsay. They start the podcast, and Kailyn goes right on into what happened with her and Janelle. Amber tells her side of the story. We already saw your side of the story. It was sorry. You're sorry. I'm tired of you. And Janelle, sorry. You're both sorry. Okay, it's sorry times two. And anyway, I don't care for your recap. Amber just says that, I heard what she said and it just set me off. How dare you talk about my man? Amber, weren't you talking about David? So it's not fair for her to talk about your man. Alrighty then, girl. If you don't get off my screen and go on over to Teen Mom OG and stay off my Teen Mom 2, I know something. Amber finishes telling her story, and I really hope I don't have any food on my face because I am eating. So Amber continues telling the story of her and Janelle. She says she wasn't proud of how she responded. And Kailyn says it's crazy because back in the day, me and Janelle were closest, and they showed a picture of her and Janelle. And she says that even her and Brianna wasn't so bad or whatever until the Javi situation. And people change. Situations change, okay? People change, and unfortunately, a lot of us can say the same thing. We thought we were homeboys or we were homegirls, and all of a sudden things change, and you're just like, I don't understand what the heck happened there, but alrighty then, okay? God takes people out of your life for a reason. Don't ever feel bad about them changing the way people think about you. Because guess what? It was for a reason. That person was not the kind of person that needed to be in your life. The next scene is Brianna's scene, and we're here with Brittany in the living room, Roxanne, and Brianna. So Brittany asks Roxanne, what do you think of Brianna's boyfriend? Okay. Roxanne goes on to say that he seems very respectful. He seemed like, he was pretty good with Stella. So Roxanne goes on to say that John seems very nice, very respectful, and very attentive to Stella. She tells Brianna, I like how you're doing it this time. You're taking your time. You're taking it slow. Nice and slow. Here we are, driving around town, contemplating where we're gonna get it down or lay it down. I forgot the words. Girl, you got me saying, my, wish that I could pull over and get this thing started right now. I wanna do something freaky to you, babe. Don't think you hurt me. I wanna do something freaky to you, babe. Just call out my, sorry, I can go on all day. That's my song, y'all. Anyway, I'm sorry. Always doing that, okay. So yeah, Roxanne tells Brianna, good thing you're taking it slow. Now, how does, you taking it slow, but I'm gonna take it fast, Roxanne says in her head. And she asks Brianna, so how does John feel about Florida? And Brittany says, Mom, no, you're not. No, you are no. But your eyes saying yes, Roxanne, but no. Brittany's saying no. You are not going to ask Brianna this. They are not there yet as far as him moving anywhere. And I'm telling you right now, I already told y'all. Brianna has 2 baby daddies in Florida. There's no way she can leave the state of Florida like that. It would have to be John, Chicken John, it would have to be him moving to Florida, leaving his friends in New York. Now, I don't know how this is going to work out. I guess we'll see it all play out on the show now, won't we? So Brianna goes on to say that she has to take Nova to a gymnastics tryout. Go Nova, okay, girl? Because I was never that good at to do gymnastics tryouts. But anyway, she says that while she's taking Nova for her tryouts, she told Louis, hey, come over and keep an eye on Stella, get a little more acquainted with her. She says that she hopes that that will bring them a little closer together. So Brianna was explaining this to Brittany, and she's like, how's that going to work, pretty much. And Brianna was like, well, by the time we leave, it should be Stella's nap time. And then Brittany says, so what happens when Stella wakes up and she's there with a freaking stranger, pretty much? And then you hear Nova, you being messy, like Gracie. And you hear Nova saying, Stella really doesn't like her dad. Nova? Girl, you don't stop starting trouble. Okay, so Janelle's scene is up next. Janelle says that MTV still will not film so long as she's with David. So she's decided to go on another, I guess, out-of-state trip with her mom. So her mom is sitting here, and Barbara says that Jace told her that Janelle said that she was going to take Jace to Kentucky to visit Jamie, which they did not clarify who Jamie was. I forgot. I want to say that it was, what's that guy's name? Andrew's mom, but I can't be too sure. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, Janelle goes on to say, yeah, it would be a weekend trip. And Barbara asks Janelle, so did you talk to David about it? Why would Janelle need to talk to David about taking her child to another state? Jace ain't his child. Anyway, so the next scene is Chelsea's scene, and Chelsea says that it's been a few weeks since the break-in. They've installed new security, which you've been on television for 9 entire years, and you didn't think that your house may have possibly needed security until the break-in. Alrighty then, girl. So anyway, she says she's still pretty uncomfortable being at the house while Cole is at work, and so now she's here at her mom's house. So she's talking to Mary, and Mary's like, sometimes you just gotta put it in your mind to get over it, but I understand. And Chelsea says that the terrible thing is that, everyone knows that she's on national television and she's a stay-at-home mom. Well, girl, thanks for bringing home the point. And whoever didn't know, okay, now they completely know. Alrighty then, guys. I have everything written down, but I literally just watched it, so my memory is on point, okay? I know, not the usual. But anyway, the next scene is Leah's scene, okay? Brandon comes over. Leah sits Brandon down and lets him know. First of all, before the scene even started, she says there were some things that she was not ready to talk about on camera, so she didn't. But now she's ready to talk. So Brandon comes over, sits down, and Leah tells him, hey, I broke up with Jason, and basically we had parenting issues, parenting things that I already knew that. I told y'all last week when I did that review, I said the end is coming near, okay? And she said that Jason would also get very angry. He wouldn't physically hit anyone, but he would, when he got angry, he took it out on everybody. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? I'm not gonna insult anyone, but there's just certain types of men I cannot date, okay? You have a certain type of background, I just can't. Because I already know how it's gonna be. And I already know a little bit of how your mentality is, okay? And I'll leave it at that. Leah goes on to say that the situation just wasn't right. It was toxic. The girls could pick up on the energy, and after a while, the girls were just not feeling it, okay? Well, then Brandon asks, so, I don't understand because, when you guys were on camera, you guys were all, hey girl, hey boo, hey bae, all that stuff. And he didn't say all that, but he should have. And, he's like, every time we saw y'all, you guys seemed like you were doing great. And Leah was like, well, he would be one person on camera and in front of other people. And, behind the scenes, you guys don't know what's going on. Isn't that how everyone is, though? I mean, you think you know somebody, and you really don't. So basically, I don't know how to say that word. Okay, I am online. I could look it up, but I don't want to. I'm lazy. I'm being lazy right now. So anyway, the height of the end of their relationship was basically because Jason had Leah's dog in the garage and it was 39 degrees. So Leah was freaking pissed that he had her dog in that cold freaking garage. Why would you have a dog in the garage like that? And it's freaking cold out there. I mean, they have fur, but come on, man. Dogs get cold too. Leah got mad, and then Jason was like, you know what? You can take your dog and you can go, okay? So Leah got in the car and she said to herself, you know what? This is the end, okay? I am over it. I am over this whole entire situation. All right, so the next scene is Brianna's scene, and she says that she's taking Nova to gymnastics tryout. And while she's doing that, she figured, you know what, let me contact Lewis, let him come spend some time with Stella, and maybe they can get closer. Let's get closer. Remember that song? I know you do. Lewis comes over, and as soon as Stella sees him, she runs to Brianna. Okay, she's like, I don't want you. Okay, I don't want you. Brianna gives Lewis instructions and heads out to take Nova to her tryouts. The next scene is Kailyn's scene, and she says she's hanging out with Amber a little bit before she gets on her plane ride back home. And guys, you can imagine, okay, first of all, they talk about the hair products, and Amber says she won't burn them. I'm sure she won't. And then they go into Kailyn goes into how Barbara threatened to kill her, and how, you know, that's out of line and out of pocket, especially when she has children, to be threatening lives, you know. Then they broach the subject, I hope I said that right, of Joe filing child support. And Kailyn basically admits that, you know, she wasn't a woman of her word, okay? And that's why Joe did this. I hope you know that this is all your fault, Kailyn. And that's pretty much it. That's all they talked about in this episode. I mean, that's all they talked about in this particular scene. Janelle says that she was really excited to go to the trip to Kentucky, but when she spoke to David, David was like, you know what? I want to go too. I got family there. David, you're a freaking liar. You ain't got no family there. The only family you got there is a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's the only thing in Kentucky. And do they even serve KFC in Kentucky? Do they even serve KFC in Kentucky? I don't know. MTV will not film if David's there. That's his whole intention of saying, oh, I'm going to go, so that MTV cannot film. Janelle goes on to narrate that now she's being put in a tough position because MTV will not film with him there, and he wants to go. And Janelle says that it's putting a strain on her marriage. Now MTV shows us a scene of their statuses on social media. On Janelle's status, it says single as F, and then on David's it says single. Neither one of y'all are single as F. Neither one of y'all are single. Okay, once you're legally married, I'm sorry to tell you, you can't claim single once you're married. MTV posts a little black screen with the wording that says, after these posts, Janelle decided not to go to Kentucky. You are just letting that man manipulate you. I'll be so glad when I see a scene on here of Janelle saying, you know what? I divorced David. So next we have a scene with Nathan, and I don't know why, MTV, why do you torture me with Nathan's scenes? I do not care. I'm not even going to go into it because I don't care what he's talking about. I really don't. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Next scene. I promise you guys, I wrote 3 pages on this next scene, and I am not reading all of the freaking pages because I remember what happens. Like I said, I just watched this whole thing again. So the next scene is Leah's scene, and Leah is here babysitting Serenity, with the weirdly spelled Serenity with C. Beautiful baby though. And that is Victoria's baby. I was uncertain of that in the last video. But anyway, Leah says in the beginning of the scene that Jason surprised her, or rather showed up unannounced. Okay? Creepily showed up at her house. Okay? That's not surprised. You used the wrong word, girl. She says that Addie was there for it, but the girls were still with Corey. So Victoria comes over and says, someone called me. Okay? Leah says who? Victoria says that Jason called her and was like, you know, I love your sister. I want to be back with her. I'm willing to go to counseling, but she won't talk to me. And Victoria's like, well, girl, you're aggravating her. What do you expect? Okay, you aggravate somebody, they're not going to want to be around you. Leah goes on to say that she knew that Jason would just show up randomly like that a few days later, okay? And she says that he's texting her. She was freaking out. And then suddenly he walked through her screen door. Girl, if you don't get something, you need to boost up your security just like Chelsea. That's what you need to do. Jason sounds like a freaking creep. Leah says that when Jason came, he brought all this lovey-dovey romantic stuff trying to get her back. And Leah was not falling for the hokey doke. Okay, she was not falling for that crap. Girl, I gotta give you props. You have so much growth over the past few years, okay? Because it's so easy to settle and to stay in a relationship when you're a single parent. You know, much props to a young lady who's like, my girls come first. So my kids come first. I'm sorry to tell you, dude, okay? And honestly, I just did not, I did not like the last episode. Really showed a really nasty side to me of Jason. And Victoria says that Addie said something to her about Jason came over and I was creeped out, and then she went back playing, and Victoria's like, now I understand why she said that to me. So Victoria goes on to ask Leah if Jason was different for the cameras. Guys, you're on your best behavior when someone's watching you. You know that? Leah says he was absolutely different in front of the cameras and in front of people. So just, you know, if you guys are young and you're not married, do not marry that man or that woman if that person truly is not the person for you. And that's the mistake that I made. Next scene is Chelsea's scene, and we are at Chelsea's house. She says Watson is not feeling well, and so she's going to hop in the car and take him to the doctor. And that was the end of the entire scene. So the next scene is Brianna's scene. Stella wakes up because she's there with Lewis. She wakes up, ain't no familiar faces around. And of course she's screaming her head off, as you would if you were a child in a house with someone who you don't know that well. Okay? Lewis texts Brianna. Are y'all seeing my book? I hope not. Lewis texts Brianna and is like, Stella won't stop crying because she doesn't see one of you guys here. Brianna goes on to say that she wanted Lewis and Stella to spend time together, but obviously he's overwhelmed. He's not, you guys are expecting a whole lot, okay? On one hand, they want Lewis to be so active, so involved, there all the time. And on the other hand, they're acting like he's inept. Make up your mind. You are confused. You don't know what you want, honestly. Brianna and them come in the house, and why is Nova in a bathing suit, girl? Did y'all go swimming before? Anyway, you could have kept your pants on. I know you had on pants in the car, didn't you? Okay, anyway. They come in and Stella's actually in the room sleeping. She probably cried herself to sleep, poor thing. So anyway, Brianna takes the baby and is holding the baby, and this was like the most awkward thing ever. Nobody's talking. She's just sitting there saying everything will be all right and patting the baby's the baby's back, and that's about it. So Kailyn is the next scene, and Kailyn says that she got home, she contacted her lawyer. Her lawyer said, look, he said he made an agreement with Joe that he would drop child support if she would drop a check, okay? So now they have to give this agreement to the court. The court has to approve it. If they don't approve it, then they'll have to go to mediation that day. Patrick's there later on, and Kailyn says that, she got the information that the court has accepted the agreement. She's going to go to that bank and snatch that check out that bank, and all will be well with the world. So Kailyn goes on to say that it's still Joe's week with Isaac. Joe's going to drop Isaac off after his tournament. I think it was dodgeball. Yeah. And so now Patrick's at the house later, and Patrick's asking Kailyn, okay, so girl, are you relieved? And Kailyn's like, I don't care. Can we stop saying we don't care when we really do? Because if you had to pay $10,000 a month to Joe, trust you would have cared. So this should be a relief for you. It's okay to admit that you care. It's okay to admit that you're relieved. Okay, Kailyn? Because then right after she says, I don't care, she says, well, I guess I'm relieved. Just say you're relieved from the giddy up. Don't say you don't care, because you did care. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't have dropped the check. You would have just went to court. The next scene is Leah's scene, and Leah says that the girls have mixed feelings about Jason. Let me tell you something. The girls did not have mixed feelings about Jason. They did not like him, okay? There's nothing mixed about that. Addie's in there blabbing, because Addie tells it all, and I'm laughing, okay? She's so funny. And Leah comes in the room and is like, what are y'all talking about? And one of the girls was like, Addie told us that y'all broke up. And so Leah admits, yes, they broke up. And then the girls were like, Gracie was like, I told you I didn't like him. And then Addie says, I didn't like him. He didn't look like a prince. And originally, I promise you, okay, because I was like, how Addie know who Prince is? Originally, I was like, did she just say he didn't look like Prince, like when Doves Cry Prince? Because that would have been funny. So the next scene is Chelsea's scene. And after Watson's appointment, she discovers that Watson has strep throat. She's worried about the other kids catching strep throat. She calls Cole to tell Cole about the strep throat, and that was the entire scene. So the next scene is Brianna's scene, and she says she's annoyed that Lewis couldn't handle Stella for a couple hours. You're getting on my nerves, Brianna, okay? You and your family. Let me tell you, she doesn't know him. How dare you say that you guys want to take your time with Lewis getting to know Stella. Leave him in the house by himself with her. She doesn't know him that well, okay? What do you expect a child who is not familiar with someone wakes up and finds them in the house and you're not there to do? So anyway, Brianna goes on to tell us that she got a letter in the mail from child support basically stating that if she files for child support on Lewis, he's going to have 50-50 custody. Way to go, Florida. How dare you want a man's money but not want him to be active in the kid's life? Roxanne is sitting there with Stella, and she's like, well, how do they come to this conclusion? Roxanne, this law did not just happen because your daughter filed for child support. Did you guys do any type of research before you filed? Brianna, I know you didn't. You didn't do any research before you filed, did you? This would not have been a surprise to you if you had done your research first. So basically, Brianna says that it's a standard plan according to the paperwork that she left at work. How convenient. How convenient. Why would you leave paperwork that important at work, girl? Anyway. So Brianna texts Lewis this information, and Lewis is like, great, take me to court, because I would rather deal with court than have to deal with you, basically. I would put it in very simple terms. He says he's tired of having to go through her to get to his child. He says he's not a bad person. He's never been arrested. He's not a drug dealer or whatever, where he needs supervision. I understand that, and I don't have anything bad to say about that. I completely agree with Lewis. I was on Reddit the other day, because I'm in the Reddit Teen Mom, as you guys know, and a comment was made, and it said, Well, who does Lewis think he is coming in at this time at the end? First of all, Stella's still a baby. She's still little. And I don't care that she's over 1 year old. To me, once you're under 4, you're still a baby. And there's plenty of men who never in 22 years showed up in their child's life, and y'all want to down Lewis because at 2 years old he's coming over. Do you know how difficult it is? Can you imagine how difficult it is to go to Brianna and them's house to watch your child? Alrighty then, I just changed your mind, didn't I? Alrighty then, because I wouldn't want to go over there, all right? I personally would not want to go over there. Brianna goes on to say that if he gets 50-50, he's going to have her every weekend and every other holiday, which is fair, because I don't know, he's 50% Stella and you're 50% Stella. Then Lewis texts back after she texts this information to him that he would get 50-50. That's fine. Okay, fine. Brianna says that she's not okay with it because you're not ready. Brianna, it's not up to you to decide when Lewis is ready, okay? The law in Florida in family court apparently says that this is what's going to happen if you file for child support. You need to just get the heck over it or don't file for child support. And guess what? Even if you drop the child support claim, I can see Lewis going to family court, and y'all didn't know? Family court is where you go when you file child support, for those of you who do not know. And it would be smart, if you're not married, to immediately go to child support once your child's born. Okay? I didn't. Alrighty then. I mean, I did eventually, but I didn't when I should have. So Brittany says that he doesn't even know how to take care of Stella on his own because you guys aren't letting him take care of her on his own. Y'all are always up his butt, determining when he can come over and determining how long he has with her. Now, I keep hearing Brianna saying, oh, when he comes, he only spends an hour, blah, blah, blah. But how long do you guys allow him to come over is what I want to know. We don't see his side. We only see her side. And I'm trying to understand that when you only see one side, there's a lot of the story that's missing. So Brianna says he couldn't even keep Stella for 2 hours. And like I said, Stella does not know him. Of course she's going to cry. So anyway, Roxanne says she just thinks that he doesn't know what to do. Yes, because you're not giving him the ability and the opportunity for him to know what to do. You're not giving him his time. Roxanne says the weirdest thing, okay? Roxanne, I know at the timing of the filming, you guys are not actually seeing what's happening. But Roxanne has the nerve to say on camera, why in the world would Lewis want to be put on child support? That's the last thing any man would want. Where did he say that he wanted to be on child support? Lewis never said that. That was Brianna's decision to go and file child support on him. But Lewis did not call her initially and say, hey, I want you to put me on child support. Okay, the 50-50 was just an added bonus for him. Brianna says that Lewis responded to the text that she sent, I really don't care anymore. I will go through the court, no problem. He says that, right now he's in the process of getting his life together so that he can have a room for Stella, maybe get her a bed so that by the time they go to court, you know what I'm saying, he'll have his stuff together. Brianna goes on to say that obviously Lewis has not made much of an effort to see Stella. He's completely a stranger to Stella. In the text message, because I read it, Lewis said, Stella's always going to be uncomfortable because she's always with y'all. Brianna says that if she has to give 50-50 custody to file child support, then forget it. See, that's what I'm talking about. She didn't actually want Lewis to be a father. She just wanted his money. So Brianna goes on to say, you can't just decide that you want 50-50. Lewis didn't decide anything. The state of Florida did, okay? You might want to be mad at Florida. And then has the nerve to say, it doesn't work like that. Well, obviously, in the state of Florida, via family court and child support, it does work like that, Brianna. Sorry to tell you. You started it, and now I feel like Lewis is going to finish this. So anyway, guys, that is the end of my review, believe it or not. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.